Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going right, man. How are you?
Good. Okay, so I was just wondering, do you know which company makes this beer?
Yeah, that's made by Molson Coors. They're one of the largest breweries in the world, right?
Yeah, exactly. And what about this one?
No, I don't think so.
So this one is made by Sam Adams, made by Boston Beer.
Oh, okay.
So what just happened? The dude knows Molson Coors but not Boston Beer. We can say that it's only because Molson Coors are more famous. But what does it mean? What does it mean to be famous? We are doing financial analysis. We like to attach dollar value to anything we see. So what is the value of Molson Coors being famous? In their balance sheet, we can see that they have intangible assets worth $21 billion, which is 73% of their total asset. And within that intangible asset, their brand name takes up 90% of the value. So for Molson Coors, this name worth $18 billion. And it seems that their name is giving them a lot of confidence. They are very aggressive in managing their financial structure. We can see in the quick ratio and debit to equity ratio, when compared with Boston Beer, Molson Coors are operating more through liabilities. This might be a good thing since Molson Coors are having a very healthy operating system. So operating more through liabilities might help them to expand more in the future. So in summary, for Molson Coors, it's very important for them to be known by people. I believe Boston Beer is also what Boston Beer wants, but at least for now, many of us are choosing Molson Coors because of their name, and their name will be the key point for their success in the future.
Okay, so do you think you could try these beers for me and tell me what you think?
Sure.
Start with this one.
Okay. I like that. It's a good light beer. All right, let's try this one.
Yeah.
Wow, that one's great. It has a distinctly complex and balanced flavor while also being a very high-end overall finish.
Okay. Thanks for your opinion. Now, for the reveal, the first beer was a Coors Light. These usually come in packs of 30, as you can see, and they usually retail for about 75, it's roughly 75 cents a beer. And then the second one was a Sam Adams Boston Lager. These retail for about $2 a beer. And actually, so the difference between the two being Boston Beer, which makes Sam Adams, they consider themselves to be a high-end alcoholic beverage company, as opposed to Molson Coors, which is more known as like a mass manufacturer. And the biggest way this difference can be seen is in their gross profit margin, with Boston Beer having a much higher gross profit margin. And one of the reasons why is because Sam Adams is branded as a craft beer, so they can charge a much higher price for it. So obviously that markup leads to them having a higher margin. And another reason is because they invest so heavily into their on-site retail sales, where they actually have tap rooms in their breweries, and basically right where they make the beer, they can just sell it to you. And also everyone knows you can charge a higher price, at a bar or something like that. So all these factors lead right into their gross profit margin. But yeah, having the on-site sales, that helps them cut out like things like shipping costs, packing costs, distribution costs. So that's all the things that go right into cost of goods sold, which go directly into them having a higher gross profit margin.
They must be saving a fortune.
Yeah, you could say that.
Doing well. Glad you could make it today for our beer testing and informational meeting about Boston Beer Co. and Molson Coors. Glad to be here. I know it's a crazy time. I'm glad we can make this happen during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, me too. It's nice to get out of the room.
I feel that. Before we get started, can I just take a look at your ID real quick?
Yeah, of course.
You mind telling me your date of birth?
August 31st, 98.
Just have to check, both companies are committed to responsible drinking and do not condone underage drinking.
Gotta respect it. No problem.
All right, let's get started. So basically what I'm going to have you doing today is taste testing these 3 beers, and then you give me your opinion on them. And then after that, I'll tell you a little bit about the company's operating cash flows and what they do.
Great. Let's get started then. Interesting.
So what do you think?
I'd say those first 2 were quite similar, very light. And then the last one, very different. It's like a seltzer water.
Excellent observation.
Thank you.
Those 2 beers are Coors Light and Miller High Life. Both brands are produced by Molson Coors. Up until 2016, Miller Coors was operated as an investment partnership deal, but at the end of 2016, Molson Coors attempted to consolidate the business and shift their cash flows to operations, or CFFO.
Wow.
By fully acquiring the Miller Coors brand and integrating it into the Molson Coors business, this greatly increased CFFO and CFFO as a percentage of total inflows.
I see.
But it also greatly increased their debt, which can be seen in their low operating cash flow ratio, which measures the company's ability to cover current liabilities, CFFO.
Right.
And they also have a low cash flow adequacy ratio, which measures the company's ability to pay off debts with CFFO. With the current COVID-19 regulations and restrictions around gathering in large groups, it's unclear whether or not Molson Coors will be able to generate enough CFFO to cover their debts.
I see.
The third drink is made by Boston Beer Company, a small craft brewery company that has a large presence in the hard seltzer space. While they don't have the massive sales that Molson Coors has, they do have a good CFFO as a percentage of total inflows, and they also have great operating cash flow ratio and cash flow adequacy ratio, both coming in consistently above 1.
Wow.
Overall, I think that neither company is in danger of going bankrupt, but I do think that Molson Coors' debt acquisition could be problematic depending on the COVID-19 continues to affect its CFFO.
Right.
Boston Beer Co., on the other hand, is a smaller, healthy company that is well positioned financially for the pandemic and for growth in the future.
I could see that. I agree. Makes sense. Seems valid.
Thanks for coming out today.
Appreciate you having me.
Hi everyone, my name is Jessie Alcoby and today I'm here with Mickey Wittenberg.
Hi.
How are you today, Mickey?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. So today Mickey will be testing 3 of Molson Coors' many products that we have before us right now. But before I do so, I'm just going to have to check your ID, Mickey.
Here you are.
Thank you. Amazing. Thanks.
No problem.
So as Mickey will be testing the 3 beverages that we have before us, I will be speaking to some of Molson Coors' financial decisions that they've made over the past 5 years and what's made them so successful. First, Mickey will be trying Coors Light, which is one of Molson Coors' most recognizable products.
Thank you.
Molson Coors is known to offer one of the most diverse menu of products. They offer over 100 different types of beverages, including kombuchas, seltzers, ales, as well as many other drinks. From 2014 to 2016, the U.S. beer industry consumers preferred beer over other alcoholic beverages. But in 2019, we saw a shift. Alcoholic beverages were actually demanded over beer in this industry. By offering such a diverse product menu, Molson Coors is able to satisfy the demands of those who prefer non-beer alcoholic beverages. They continue to show their dedication to satisfy all types of consumers, which is why they are so successful today. So next we'll have Mickey try Molson Coors Fizzy Hard Seltzer. It's a pineapple mango infused.
Yay, I'm excited.
So this is just one of the many non-beer alcoholic beverages that Molson Coors has to offer.
Really yummy. Very subtle and good.
Yeah. They offer kombucha as well as hard seltzer products. They even just collaborated with a Canadian company called Hexo to start on a new cannabis-infused beverage product. So now I'll be having Mickey try one of my favorite Molson's products, which is Blue Moon. It's a Belgian white ale. with a hint of orange flavoring. As I was saying earlier, one of the main reasons why Molson's Coors is so successful is because they prioritize their consumers as well as their investors' satisfaction. By analyzing Molson Coors' statement of cash flows, and specifically the cash flows associated with financing activities, we saw that this year there was an increase in the dividends paid account. This is because Molson Coors' board of directors decided to increase the dividends paid to investors by 16 cents on the dollar to a total of 57 cents per share. Although this increase in the dividends paid per dollars increased the amount of cash outflows used towards financing activities, Molson Coors did this with hopes of influencing potential and existing investors to invest more into their company by offering higher returns. Well, Mickey, I hope you enjoyed the 3 products that you tried today.
Yes,
And
thank
got
you
to
for
get a taste
having me.
for what Molson Coors has to offer. And I just want to thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I like the diverse type of beers they have to offer.